Have you heard about Kali Linux? The penetration testing distribution. Can it be used as a daily distribution? We download the installer from the website. The 2025.4 release has just come out. We enter the FAQ and see the question in focus. The short answer is yes, although it suggests making more generic. How do you think these three distributions are ranked according to the Sysbench results? Stay until the end of the video to find out. We boot the ISO image using Ventoy, copying the image to the USB. But when selecting the default GRUB option, it does not boot correctly. So we select GRUB 2, and with that option it boots correctly. It asks us to select the installation language, the location, and the keyboard layout. In my case I select Spanish. Then it starts loading additional components. We wait a moment for the loading process to finish. Then it asks us to enter the hostname. Now we must enter the full name, the username, and the password with confirmation. Then the time zone. Now it asks us to choose the installation method, and we select the entire disk. Then we select the disk, the partitioning method, and confirm. The installation process begins. Kali Linux is a distribution designed for digital forensics analysis and penetration testing. It is based on Debian. The first release was in 2013. In 2019 it switched from GNOME to XFCE. Currently the installer uses XFCE by default. Then it asks us to select the desktop environment, and we leave the default option. It also gives the option to remove the tool collection and others. Now the installation process of the desktop environment and tools begins. Kali Linux has been developed by cybersecurity experts and white hat hackers. The installation finishes and the system boots for the first time. It asks us for the username and password. Then it enters the selected desktop. We review the desktop, the panel, and the menu. In addition to the default desktop applications, it includes 16 categories of testing applications. We open the terminal and increase the font size and window size to improve visibility. We update the system and check fastfetch and Sysbench. Since the packages are not installed, we proceed to install them. We wait for the packages to be downloaded and for the installation to complete. We run fastfetch to see the version, kernel, packages, desktop environment, window manager, initial memory usage, and disk installation. Using a command, we view the release, the kernel, the memory consumed, and the disk space used. We check the Y2038 bug and the boot time. Then we use Sysbench, starting with the CPU test, observing single-thread performance, and then 5-thread performance, using mathematical operations. We continue with the threads and mutex tests to analyze concurrent load management and locking and resource efficiency, respectively. We evaluate both memory read and write operations with a sequential benchmark to measure the system's ability to handle operations. Then we prepare the necessary files to evaluate disk input and output. Now we run the test to determine performance. We run the top command to measure the memory consumed by Firefox with one window and no active extensions, in order to observe initial resource usage. We open a second tab and load a video, then a third and finally a fourth, observing how memory consumption increases with each opening. We have finished the review and evaluation of Kali Linux. Now we will analyze the results observed and measured during the test perform. The following results are based on comparison with other distributions, where the kernel, the desktop, and the window manager are up to date. Regarding initial memory consumption, it has a notable value. The megabytes per package have an average value, and the boot time is good. With respect to the single-thread CPU test, the result was average. With 5 threads, it was very notable. The threads and mutex results are average. The values obtained for memory read and write, as well as disk operations, are very good. The average memory consumption per Firefox tab is average. In conclusion, Kali Linux is a distribution specialized in cybersecurity. In this video, we do not perform cybersecurity tests, but instead focus on daily use. In terms of performance, Kali Linux is very notable, although some aspects have average values. But it delivers performance comparable to other distros. That is all for this video. If you liked it, give it a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and enable notifications. See you in the next video.